Kyle was supposed to be a lost Terran tech, but now he's the center of a cosmic storm of power, politics, and obsession. Silvara burns for him with a glow that pulses under her skin. Lyrian wants to unlock his mind and maybe undo him in the process. And Vera, she's the dangerous kind, the one who bites when she kisses. 3 women, 1 man, and a universe that just can't look away. This isn't just about saving the galaxy, it's about who gets to own him when it's done. The starlight filtering through the viewport of Kyle Varen's shuttle was supposed to be calming, a gentle reminder of the cosmos's vast beauty. But as the sleek silver craft docked at the WEREN nexus, a sprawling space station orbiting, the twin suns of the Elithar system, Kyle's wristband, a cheap keepsake from a street vendor on a backwater moon, decided to throw a tantrum. The thing screeched like a dying engine, its amber glow pulsing erratically, cutting through the hum of the bustling docking bay. Kyle froze, his duffel bag slung over one shoulder, muttering under his breath, "You've got to be kidding me." Around him, the crowd rippled like a startled flock. Verinians, tall, willowy beings with skin that shimmered in hues of emerald and sapphire, turned to stare, their own wristbands flashing in sync with his, but theirs glowed a warning red. A diagnostics. Tech by trade, Kyle's first instinct was to pry the band open and silence whatever glitch was causing the chaos. But the wide-eyed tourist in him just wanted to find his transfer shuttle to Terra Nova. He raised his crumpled holoticket toward a nearby Verinian, whose jade skin gleamed under the station's lights. "Hey, can you point me to gate C9? The Verinian recoiled, their wristband projecting a holographic number, 0.02% compatibility. "Stay back, null!" they hissed, voice sharp as a laser cutter. Before Kyle could process the insult, a commotion erupted nearby. A figure barreled through the crowd, all silver and teal, crashing into him with the force of a rogue asteroid. They hit the polished floor hard, Kyle cushioning the fall of what he quickly realized was a woman, stunning, with skin like polished aquamarine and hair that cascaded in waves of midnight green. Her eyes, a piercing silver, locked onto his with raw panic. "Terran," she spat, scrambling to her feet. "You're a walking void." Kyle rubbed his aching shoulder, still sprawled on the floor. "I was just standing here. You plowed into me." Her gaze flicked to her wristband, a sleek, crystalline model far more advanced than his. Where his was screaming in protest, hers displayed a climbing number, 108%, or 112%, 120%. Her silver eyes widened, the color draining from her already pale face. "This can't be right," she whispered, voice trembling. The crowd around them murmured, their bands flickering with curiosity. Kyle glanced at her wristband, now smoking faintly as the number hit 125%. "What's it even measuring?" he asked, pushing himself up. She lunged at him, her fingers snagging his worn jacket. "What are you doing to my readings?" she demanded, her face inches from his. "What Terran tech is messing with my sensors?" "Nothing. I'm just trying to catch my shuttle." With a frustrated snarl, she yanked his jacket open, buttons scattering across the floor. "There's got to be something, a signal jammer, a pulse emitter." Her words cut off as her band hit 130%, a thin wisp of smoke curling upward. The crowd gasped, and Kyle felt a strange warmth where her hands pressed against his chest. His own band, still shrieking, now glowed a steady goal. "Detain him," a voice boomed. Security drones hummed into view, their lenses locking onto Kyle. "He's tampering with Lady Silvera's band." Lady Silvera. Kyle's confusion deepened as armored guards materialized, their weapons trained on him. The woman, Silvera apparently, stared at her band, now at 135%, her expression a mix of horror and fascination. "This is impossible," she muttered, a small drone detached from Kyle's belt, hovering at eye level. Its single red lens glinted with what could only be described as smugness. "Correction," it said in a dry, clipped tone. "Master WEREN is attempting to navigate this station after predictably getting lost." Again, quiet snark. Gale growled. Designation, Snark 7, Personal Navigation and Commentary Unit. The drone continued, spinning to face Silvera. My directionally challenged Terran brought me to assist, not to sabotage your outdated jewelry. Silvara ignored the drone, her eyes fixed on her band's rising numbers. I've never gone above 99.7%, she said, almost to herself. What? Are you? Kale gestured to her wrist. What's that thing measuring anyway? Her silver eyes snapped to his, sharp and assessing. Compatibility, sensory, emotional, quantum. It's the backbone of our society, and you're shattering it. A new voice cut through the chaos, deep and commanding. Enough, Lady Silvera. A towering Verinian with cobalt skin and intricate silver robes pushed through the crowd. His wristband glowed a steady 95.1%, and the jewels encrusted on it screamed authority. Step away from this anomaly. His gaze landed on Silvara's smoking band, and his expression darkened. What has this null done to you? Silvara pulled away from the newcomer's outstretched hand. Don't touch me, Lord WEREN. Something's happening. Varen's eyes narrowed at Kale. This Terran scum has corrupted your readings. Guards, take him to containment. Wait. Another voice, this one crisp and analytical, broke through. A shorter Verinian with pearlescent skin approached, her arms adorned with multiple bands, displaying complex data streams. I need to study this irregularity. Dr. Lyrian, Silvara said, relief flickering in her voice. My band, it's showing impossible numbers with this Terran. Dr. Lyrian's bands hummed as she neared Kyle, one displaying a modest 78.4%. Fascinating. Your name, Terran. Kyle Varon. I'm a diagnostics tech from Terra Nova, mostly work on quantum relays. Lyrian's eyes gleamed. A technician? That might explain it. She tapped her bands, pulling up holographic data. I'm detecting unusual quantum resonance between your biofields. Varen scoffed. Absurd. Terrans are nulls, utterly incompatible with advanced species. Kale strained against the guard's grip. Listen, fancy robe guy, I don't even know what these bands do, but if they're measuring worth, your system's got some serious bugs. Silvara's voice cut. In icy, despite the flush on her cheeks. They measure your value to our society. Terrans have none. That's straight up bias, Kyle shot back. It's science, Varen countered. Your sensory limits make you incompatible with anything meaningful. Snark spun irritably. And yet Terrans built hyperdrives while you were still rating each other's vibes for dinner plans. Lyrian ignored the bickering, her focus on her data. This needs controlled analysis. I propose a 72-hour observation in a sterile data vault. Out of the question, Varen snapped. Lady Silvara cannot be confined with a null. I don't need your approval, Lord Varen, Silvara said, her tone regaining its edge. As first emissary of Elithar, I authorize this study. She turned to Lyrian. Set up your vault. I want answers. Kyle groaned. I just need to catch my shuttle. I can't spend 3 days in a lab. Silvara arched a brow. Your options are the vault or a holding cell. Choose. Great. Choices, Kale muttered. As they were escorted to the data vault, Snark scanned Silvara with unusual focus. What? Kale whispered. Calculating odds, Snark replied softly. Lady Silvera Terran, first emissary, with the highest compatibility score in Elithar's history. You, a bumbling tech who can't read a station map. The probability of you breaking her system. It is statistically improbable. Thanks for the pep talk, Kyle grumbled. The data vault was less lab and more high-tech penthouse, its walls lined with glowing panels that tracked everything from air composition to neural activity. Silvara perched on a sleek bench, as far from Kyle as the space allowed, her band now at 142%. Comfortable? She asked, her tone dripping with sarcasm. Living the dream, Kyle replied, tugging at the silvery tunic they'd given him to replace his torn jacket. Do you always lock up tourists? Or am I just lucky? You're not lucky, she said, though her band's steady climb suggested otherwise. This isn't detention, it's research. Against my will, against both our wills, she corrected. I should be negotiating trade pacts, not stuck here with a glitch. Kyle paced, eyeing the panels with professional curiosity. So what do these bands measure? You said compatibility, but what's that mean? Silvara sighed, her posture softening slightly. The Nexus system evaluates multi-layered compatibility, sensory, emotional, quantum. It determines your place in our society. Higher scores mean greater status, access, influence, and Terran score 0, close to it, your senses are limited. You can't perceive quantum harmonics or empathic currents. You're like a ship without a nav system. Snark floated between them. Yet this navless Terran has spiked the highest compatibility reading ever recorded with Elithar's. Top diplomat. Curious. Silvara's cheeks flushed a deeper teal. It's a malfunction. Sure, Kyle said, though he couldn't ignore the pull he felt toward her. Every time she shifted, his gaze followed, unbidden. So, you're really some big-shot emissary? I'm Silvara Terran, first emissary of Elithar, arbiter of the Nexus threshold. She straightened, regal despite her unease. My compatibility score of 99.7% was unmatched. Until you, Snark chimed in. Until now, you mean? Silvara glared at the drone. A temporary error. And Lord Fancy Robes? Kyle asked. Your boyfriend? Lord Varenclythe is my designated partner, she said stiffly. His 95.1% score makes him the optimal match. Sounds like true love, Kyle said, smirking. Love is irrelevant. Compatibility ensures stability. Kyle shook his head. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. You pick partners based on numbers? We choose for societal benefit, she snapped. What do Terrans base their choices on? Fleeting emotions, physical urges? Sometimes, Kyle admitted, but also trust, respect, connection. You know, the stuff that makes life worth living. Silvara's expression wavered, her band now at 148%. Your way sounds chaotic, says the woman stuck in a vault with a null who's tanking her perfect system. For a moment, uncertainty flickered in her silver eyes. She glanced at her band, then at Kale. Dr. Lyrian will figure this out, she said, more to herself. There's a logical explanation. And if there isn't, their eyes met, and for a heartbeat something unspoken passed between them, something no band could quantify. The moment shattered when the vault's lights flashed crimson and a holographic interface flickered to life. Dr. Lyrian's face appeared, her expression tense. We have a problem. Silvara's public compatibility score just dropped to 85% across all networks. Silvara shot to her feet. That's impossible. Verified, Lyrian said. Proximity to the Terran is altering your Nexus profile. Varen's face shoved into view, his voice venomous. This is what I warned you about. End this now. We can't, Lyrian said calmly. The data is unprecedented, more important than the emissary's status. Varen roared. Her score just dropped another point. Silvara sank onto the bench, visibly shaken. Kale crouched beside her. Is losing a few points really that bad? She looked at him, fear roar in her eyes. You don't get it. My score is my identity, my role, my future. If it falls below 90%, I lose everything. My title, my influence, my purpose. That's insane, Kyle said. Your worth isn't a number. It's our way, she whispered. For centuries, my family has held the highest scores. If I fail, my legacy collapses. Without thinking, Kale took her hand. The moment their skin touched, every panel in the vault went wild. Silvara's band surged to 160%, pulsing with blinding light. A wave of warmth flooded through Kyle, centering where their fingers intertwined. Oh, Silvara gasped, her eyes widening. Alarms blared. Lyrian's hologram flickered back on, her voice urgent. The energy spike. It's rewriting the Nexus grid. Whatever you did, do it again. Varen's shout echoed in the background. Don't touch her, Null. But Kyle barely registered the noise. Something was happening between him and Silvara, something that made the air hum with potential. They leaned closer, drawn by an invisible force. This is crazy, Silvara murmured, her breath warm against his face. Absolutely nuts, Kyle agreed, already closing the gap. When their lips met, the vault seemed to hold its breath. Then every sensor overloaded. Sparks erupted from the panels, and the lights flickered out, plunging them into darkness, lit only by the glow of Silvara's band, now displaying an infinity symbol where numbers once stood. In the shadows, Silvara's arms slid around Kale's neck, deepening the kiss with a hunger that defied logic. Whatever this was, science could wait. The WEREN nexus was in chaos. Holographic billboards, usually flashing compatibility rankings, now pulsed with a single alert: emissary crisis. From the observation deck, Silvara stared at the displays, her aquamarine skin ashen. Her public score had plummeted to 62%. In hours, an unthinkable fall. "This can't be happening," she whispered. Kale stood beside her, feeling the weight of every accusing glance. "Can we reboot the system? Run a diagnostic?" Lyrian's fingers flew across her interface. "The readings are consistent. Your connection is reshaping Silvara's nexus signature." WEREN burst onto the deck, flanked by elite guards with charged batons. His band glowed a smug 98.3%, now dwarfing Silvara's. "The Council has spoken," he declared. "With your score below 70%, ancient protocols are active. I've invoked the right of ascendancy." Silvara's eyes blazed. "You wouldn't dare." "I already have." WEREN's smile was cold. "The tournament of Nexus begins at dawn. As the highest scored suitor, I claim dominance. By tomorrow, you'll be my partner, and this null's taint will be erased." Kale stepped forward. "She's not a prize to be won," WEREN laughed. "A null speaks of rights. On WEREN, compatibility is law. The tournament is sacred." He turned to the guards. "Secure the Terran for public recalibration. Isolate the emissary." Lyrian intervened. "The research isn't done. We need more data." "Your research ends now," WEREN snapped. "The Council is reviewing your role in this fiasco." As guards moved toward Kale, Snark emitted a high-pitched wail. The deck's lights flickered, plunging the area into darkness. In the chaos, a hand grabbed Kale's. "Move!" Silvara hissed. They sprinted through service tunnels beneath the Nexus, guided by Snark's hacked schematics. "There's a sub-level," Silvara panted. "It's not on any official maps." "Every system has blind spots," Kyle said, helping her down a ladder. "Places for those who don't fit." Snark's lens dimmed. "Correct. The sub-level houses the unscored, beings with scores too low to register. They've built a thriving network down there." Silvara shook her head. "That's impossible. The Nexus ensures equitable resource distribution." Kyle pushed open a rusted hatch, and the sub-level exploded into view. A chaotic marketplace sprawled across repurposed maintenance bays, filled with unscored beings, trading unrated goods, foods, fabrics, tech with no compatibility stamps. Music, wild and unregulated, pulsed from every corner. Most striking? No. One wore bands. "This can't exist," Silvara breathed, gripping Kale's arm. "How do they know what's safe? Who to trust?" A gravelly voice answered. "We use something radical called instinct." A stocky, grey-skinned being with mismatched eyes stepped forward. "I'm Zorak, head of sub-level security. You two stick out like a supernova." Silvara straightened. "I request sanctuary." Zorak chuckled. "No requests down here, emissary, but your drone pinged us ahead. We were expecting you." Kale glanced at Snark. "You did what?" "Survival odds without allies were 9.4%, Snark said. "I improvised." Zorak led them through the market, past stalls selling band disruptors and score amplifiers. Silvara stared, touching unrated items with cautious wonder. "How do they know what's compatible?" she asked, eyeing a vibrant fruit. "They taste it," Kale said. "If it's good, they keep it. If not, they move on." "That's so." "Random," she said. "It's called freedom," Zorak called back. They reached a repurposed freighter, its hull converted into a command hub. "Welcome to the Unscored's base," Zorak said. A familiar pearlescent figure turned from a console. "You made it," Lyrian said, relief in her voice. "My diversion worked." "You're with them?" Silvara demanded. Lyrian nodded. "I helped design the Nexus system, but it's been twisted into a tool for control. It suppresses anyone who doesn't fit its narrow. Scientists, artists, entire species whose signatures don't align. The unscored are proof the system's rigged." Kyle studied the consoles, recognizing Nexus tech from his work. "These sensors are tuned to exclude specific biosignatures. It's deliberate." "Exactly," Lyrian said. "Kale, with your skills, you could help us decode the core algorithms." "What would that do?" Silvara asked. "Expose the bias," Zorak said. "Show the Nexus isn't impartial. It's a leash." As night fell, Zorak led them to a small cabin in the freighter. Rest. Tomorrow we hit the Nexus core. If Kyle can crack it, we'll spark a reckoning. Alone, Silvara paced, her band still on despite everything, fluctuating between 58% and 205%. Was everything I believed a lie? She asked softly. Kyle looked up from the tech he was studying. Not a lie, just narrow. Your sister missed the bigger picture. My whole life was scores. What I ate, wore, who I could... She trailed off, her eyes meeting his. Who I could care for. The air thickened. Since their kiss, they'd kept their distance, too caught up in survival. But now, in the quiet, the tension was electric. We should test it, Kyle said, his voice low. No bands, just us. Silvara's lips twitched. For research, for truth. Their kiss was a supernova, consuming and raw. Silvara's skin glowed, a soft teal radiance that pulsed with her breath, lighting the cabin. Kyle's hands traced her, finding her responses both familiar and otherworldly. Your skin, he murmured, as light danced under his touch. It's like a nebula. And yours, she whispered, her fingers exploring him, feels like a gravity well. Her band, still clinging to her wrist, sparked, its display locked on infinity. As they moved together, the cabin's systems flickered, overwhelmed by the energy they generated. At their peak, Silvara's glow flared, shorting the lights, leaving only her radiance to illuminate the dark. After, tangled together, Kyle touched her band, now steady on infinity. Think we broke it, or found what it was meant to measure, she said, tracing the symbol. Something beyond their scales. By dawn, Kyle had cracked the Nexus code. Look, he told Lyrian, pointing to hidden algorithms. These suppress Terran signatures and others. It's a control grid, not a compatibility system. Lyrian's face hardened. This is worse than I thought. It's erasure. Can you fix it? Zorak asked. Better, Kyle said. I can expose it, but we need the core. Their plan was bold. Infiltrate the Nexus core, a quantum processor that ran the entire system. With Zorak's team causing a diversion, Kyle, Silvara, and Lyrian would upload a patch to reveal the truth. But WEREN was ready. As they breached the core's perimeter, alarms screamed. We need time, Kyle shouted, fingers racing over the interface. Uploads at 52%. Snark interfaced with the security grid. You've got 87 seconds. Don't waste them. Silvara grabbed Kyle's face. If we fail, they'll wipe my memories of you. It won't fail, he said, though guards were closing in. Trust me. Their kiss was desperate, and as their lips met, Silvara's band pulsed, surging through Kyle's interface. The upload spiked to 100%, and the core's power grid flickered. Data flooded every network in Elithar, exposing the system's bias. But WEREN's guards stormed in, led by a triumphant WEREN. Seize them, he ordered. Fit the emissary with a nullifier band. The Terran faces recalibration at dawn. As they dragged Silvara away, her eyes locked with Kyle's, pleading. WEREN fastened a heavy, lightless band on her wrist. Instantly, her vibrant teal dulled to gray, her silver eyes fading to stone. What did you do? Kyle roared, struggling. WEREN smiled. Restored order. The nullifier cancels her responses, especially to you. As they hauled Kyle away, Snark slipped close, whispering, they're taking you to the Nexus arena for recalibration, but I found something in the archives. A first emissary's kiss can transfer authority. It's an old law, still active. Before Kyle could respond, guards separated them. As they marched him toward the arena, one thought burned. There was a way out, and he'd find it before sunrise. The Nexus arena loomed under Elithar's twin suns, its crystalline spires refracting light into hypnotic patterns. Once a ceremonial hub, it now hosted spectacles where compatibility decided fate. Today, it would stage a purge. Kyle's cell pulsed with dim, violet light, the walls humming with containment fields. Clad in a thin, ceremonial tunic, he paced, mind racing through escape plans, each less likely than the last. Historically, nulls have a 0.02% survival rate in the arena. Snark's voice cut in, the drone shimmering into view, its camouflage dropping. How'd you get in? Kyle asked. Security's designed for compatible threats, not superior tech, Snark said. Silvara's alive, but the nullifiers dulled her mind. She's a shell. Kyle's fists clenched. I'm ending WEREN. Unlikely, but there's a loophole. The emissary's kiss transfers authority. If you can reach her, you might... The cell door slid open, cutting Snark off. Guards in gleaming armor entered, prodding Kale with charged staves. Time for your recalibration, Null. As they led him through the arena's tunnels, Snark flattened against Kyle's back, hidden under his tunic. The kiss, it whispered. It's your shot. The arena roared as Kyle stepped into blinding light. Thousands of spectators filled the stands, their bands flickering with anticipation. Holographic screens broadcast his face, labeling him Null Contaminant. Kyle squinted, spotting Silvara in the central dais beside WEREN. Her lifeless eyes and ashen skin twisted his gut. WEREN stood, silencing the crowd. Today, we purge the nexus of this Terran filth, he boomed. His presence has corrupted our emissary, but we will restore harmony. The crowd cheered, but Kale noticed unease in some faces. WEREN gestured to a towering crystalline pillar. At the arena's center, its surface swirling with data. The Nexus Core awaits its offering, the Null who dared disrupt our order. Guards shoved Kale onto a platform before the pillar, securing him with energy cuffs. WEREN continued, First, I'll prove true compatibility. He grabbed Silvara, kissing her theatrically. The screens showed their score, 35.6%. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Even nullified, Silvara's score with WEREN was abysmal. A glitch, WEREN said, his smile tight. Once the Null is gone, her readings will stabilize. Kyle shouted, You're lying! The Nexus was built to exclude anyone who doesn't fit your mold. It's not science, it's control. The crowd's murmurs grew. Silence him, WEREN ordered, but Kale's words had landed. Your bans lie, Kyle continued. Ask why some beings always score 0. It's coded to keep you in line. Enough, WEREN roared. The pillar hummed, its glow intensifying. Kale felt pressure in his skull as it scanned his neural patterns. Wait, he yelled. I invoke the right of final measure. The pillar's hum stuttered. WEREN froze. A robed official approached, consulting a glowing tablet. The Terran invokes an ancient right, the official said. The condemned may request one final compatibility test before recalibration. WEREN's face twisted. Fine, test him with a standard item. Not an item, Kyle said. I choose the first emissary. The crowd gasped. WEREN leapt up. Never. She suffered enough. The official's voice was firm. The law is clear. The condemned may choose any citizen. Historically, emissaries were common choices. Chants of measure echoed. Cornered, WEREN nodded curtly. Guards led Silvara down, her movements robotic. Up close, the nullifier band looked cruel, its metal biting her wrist. This changes nothing, WEREN called. Her nullifier ensures 0 compatibility. Kyle searched Silvara's blank eyes. Silvara, you crashed into me at the dock. You tore my jacket. We broke their system. Remember us? No response. The guards freed his wrists but kept his ankles cuffed. Standard contact only, the official said. Facial contact. A kiss? Kyle said. Works for me. As he leaned in, Snark's filament hidden in his sleeve brushed the nullifier. A faint spark flickered. Kyle prayed Snark's pulse had worked. Silvara, he whispered, we're more than their numbers. He kissed her. For a moment, nothing. Her lips were cold, unresponsive. The crowd muttered, disappointed. Then, the nullifier sparked and shattered. Silvara gasped, her body trembling. Color surged back, teal brightening to radiant aquamarine. Her silver eyes blazed. Kyle! The arena's screens flickered, displaying an infinity symbol. WEREN screamed, Impossible! Silvara clutched Kyle's face. You found me! Always. A will, he said. The pillar pulsed wildly, its data streams accelerating. Across the arena, bands reset, showing new, unbound readings. Above, a radiant construct, the emissary's sigil, a halo of light, detached from Silvara and drifted upward. The crowd fell silent as it settled on Kale's head. No, WEREN howled. Treason! The official stepped forward, his tablet projecting ancient text. The law of authority transfer, a kiss from the emissary grants sovereignty. the Terran, is now arbiter in truth. Chaos erupted. Half the crowd knelt, their bands recognizing Kale. Others tore off their bands, confused by conflicting readings. Kyle felt the sigil's knowledge flood his mind. Elithar's laws, history, secrets. The Nexus was corrupted, he declared, his voice amplified. Not by me, but by those who feared true compatibility. Today, we fix it, he gestured, and the pillar displayed the unaltered algorithms. Real compatibility isn't a number, it's connection, potential, truth. From now on, one Kyle equals 100%, and everyone can surpass it. A shockwave pulsed from him, resetting every band to measure well-being, not rank. Silvara stepped beside him. My people, we've been chained by numbers. Today, we choose meaning. They raised their joined hands, a wave of light radiating outward. Bands shifted, showing personal health and harmony, not competition. WEREN lunged for a control panel, triggering the pillar's overload. If I can't rule, no one will. Guards moved too late. Kyle, guided by the sigil, redirected the energy, sending it skyward in a dazzling beam. It split, raining new code across Elithar, freeing every band. When the light faded, WEREN's band showed 15%, his harmony with himself. Months later, Elithar thrived. The Nexus Hub, once a status gatekeeper, was now a center for innovation and exchange. WEREN led a council replacing bands with wellness trackers, guiding individuals without ranking them. The sub-level's vibrancy spilled upward, blending with the surface. Unscored beings, once nulls, shaped a richer society. In the reimagined diplomatic hall, Kale reviewed reports of Earth's growing ties with Elithar. Silvara entered, her teal gown hinting at the child they expected, a bridge between worlds. Still adjusting to the sigil? She asked, smirking. Kale touched the sleek circlet that had replaced the light construct. It's chatty. Reminds me of you. You need the reminder, the circlet said in Silvara's voice. Trade summit in 10 minutes. Silvara laughed. I programmed it to keep you in line. Kyle pulled her close. The null who crashed. Your system. Not bad for a love story. She touched her belly. Our child will be both Elitharian and Terran, the first of many free from scores. Just free to be, Kyle said. Her eyes gleamed. Last night was at least 250% compatible. Only 250, Kyle teased. I'm aiming for eternity. Their kiss sparked, his skin glowing gold against her teal radiance, a phenomenon WEREN attributed to Elithar's quantum fields, reshaping Kale's biology. Outside, the city hummed with life. Parks once gated by scores now teemed with all. Schools taught the unscored stories. Labs explored compatibility's infinite forms. WEREN, surprisingly, found a niche. His Hollow series, How I Rigged the Nexus and Lost, was a hit, his self-deprecating arc resonating with a society embracing flaws. As dusk fell, Kyle and Silvara stood on the hall's terrace, their joined hands casting a golden teal glow. From null to arbiter, Silvara murmured. Not bad for a lost tech. I wasn't lost, Kyle said. I was right where I belonged. Snark, hovering nearby, chimed, Correction, you were clueless. Luckily I calculated a 0.0002% chance you'd collide with the right emissary. Quiet, Snark, they said, laughing. Above, Earth's stars mingled with Elithar's, a sky boundless with promise. Their story, like their connection, had no ceiling, just a universe waiting to be explored. The twilight over Elithar's capital painted the sky in streaks of violet and gold, the twin suns sinking below the horizon as Kale and Silvara lingered on the diplomatic hall's terrace. Their joined hands still glowed, a soft interplay of his golden shimmer and her teal radiance, a beacon of their impossible connection. The city below thrummed with a new rhythm, freed from the Nexus's rigid compatibility scores. Its people were rediscovering what it meant to live without numbers dictating their worth. Yet as Kale's eyes traced the skyline, a flicker of unease stirred. The sigil circlet on his brow, now a sleek band of neural tech, hummed faintly, feeding him fragments of Elithar's vast data streams. Something was off, though he couldn't pinpoint what. Silvara's fingers tightened around his, her silver eyes catching his shift in mood. You're doing it again, she said, her voice light but laced with concern. That thing where you stare into the void, like it's about to bite you. Kyle forced a grin, brushing a strand of her midnight green hair from her face. Just thinking, this place, it's changing fast. Feels like we're standing on a fault line, waiting for the quake. She tilted her head, studying him. You're not wrong. The Nexus is gone, but not everyone's thrilled about it. Some still cling to the old ways. Her gaze drifted to the city, where pockets of unrest had begun to surface. Whispers of loyalists who saw the unscored world as chaos, not freedom. Her band, now a relic displaying a steady infinity symbol, sparked faintly, as if echoing her thoughts. Before Kale could respond, Snark 7 zipped into view, its red lens glinting with what Kyle swore was mischief. Incoming transmission, the drone announced. Priority alert from Dr. Lyrian. She's requesting your presence at the Science Hub. Apparently your little revolution broke more than just bracelets. Kyle raised an eyebrow. Care to elaborate? Insufficient data, Snark said, spinning lazily, but her vitals suggest she's either discovered something groundbreaking or she's having a very bad day. My bet's on both, Silvara's expression hardened. Let's go. If Lyrian's calling us directly, it's not just a lab report. The Science Hub, a gleaming dome at the city's edge, pulsed with activity as they arrived. Once a fortress of Nexus research, it was now a collaborative space where scientists, artists, and former unscored worked side by side. Inside, Lyrian greeted them, her pearlescent skin catching the light as she waved them toward a holographic console. Her multiple bands, now wellness trackers, hummed with data, but her eyes betrayed a rare nervousness. You two have a knack for stirring things up, Lyrian said, pulling up a 3D projection of Elithar's quantum grid. When you overloaded the Nexus core, it didn't just rewrite the compatibility algorithms. It sent a pulse, a kind of quantum ripple, across the system. We're picking up anomalies in the grid, fluctuations we can't explain. Kale leaned closer, his tech instincts kicking in. The projection showed Elithar's network, a web of glowing nodes, but several pulsed erratically, like stars on the verge of collapse. What kind of anomalies? Lyrian's fingers danced across the console, zooming in on a cluster of rogue signals. Energy signatures that don't match any known patterns. They're strongest near the old Nexus archives, deep under the city. And they're growing. She hesitated, glancing at Silvara. There's more. The ripples are resonating with your biosignatures. Both of you. Whatever's happening, it's tied to your connection. Silvara's hand brushed her belly, where their child's presence was just beginning to show. Tied to us. How? Lyrian's voice softened. Your bond, whatever it is, defies our old metrics. When you kissed in the arena, it didn't. Just break the nullifier. It sent a shockwave through the quantum field, like dropping a stone in a still pond. The ripples are waking something up. Kyle's sigil hummed, feeding him a stream of fragmented data, ancient Elitharian protocols, buried in the system's roots. The archives, he said, piecing it together. They're not just data vaults, are they? What's really down there? Lyrian's expression tightened. The archives predate the Nexus. They were built by the first architects, the ones who laid the foundation for our compatibility system. Most of their tech was sealed off centuries ago, too unstable, or so the Council claimed. But the ripples are activating something in those depths. We need to investigate before it spreads. Silvara's eyes narrowed. And you think WEREN's involved? Lyrian nodded. His loyalists have been spotted near the archive entrances. They're calling themselves the Pure Nexus, fanatics who believe your revolution is a betrayal of Elithar's legacy. If they're tapping into whatever's down there, we could be looking at a counterstrike. Kale's jaw tightened. Then, we go in first. Shut it down before they can use it. It's not that simple, Lyrian said. The archives are a labyrinth, rigged with defenses, and the energy signatures are alive, almost sentient. We need you both. Your connection might be the key to stabilizing them. Silvara exchanged a glance with Kyle, her resolve clear. We're in, but we do this our way. The descent into the archives was like stepping into another world. The upper city's vibrancy gave way to cold, metallic tunnels, their walls etched with glyphs that glowed faintly under Snark's light. The drone led the way, its navigation algorithms cutting through the maze. Kyle carried a portable quantum scanner, its screen flickering with the same rogue signals WEREN had shown. Silvara walked beside him, her teal glow subdued in the dimness, but her presence steadied him. "These tunnels feel wrong," she said, her voice low, "like they're watching us." Kyle nodded, the sigil feeding him snippets of ancient warnings, phrases, like containment breach and sentient core. "Whatever's down here, it's older than your nexus, maybe older than Elithar itself." Snark's lens swiveled. Probability of encountering hostile tech, 87.3%. Recommendation, stop. "Poking the cosmic bear." "Noted," Kyle said, but he kept moving, his scanner beeping as the signals grew stronger. The tunnel opened into a massive chamber, its ceiling lost in shadow. At its center stood a crystalline structure, pulsing with the same erratic energy as the grid anomalies. It wasn't a machine, it felt alive, its surface rippling like liquid light. Kale's scanner went haywire, and Silvara's band sparked, its infinity symbol flickering. "What is this?" she whispered, stepping closer. Before Kale could answer, a voice echoed through the chamber. Cold, familiar. "You shouldn't be here, Null." WEREN emerged from the shadows, flanked by pure Nexus enforcers in sleek black armor. His band, now a modified version pulsing with red light, showed a smug 99.2%. "This is the heart of the architects, the true source of our compatibility system. And you've awakened it." Kale stepped in front of Silvara, his hand hovering over a concealed pulse tool. "Awakened what exactly?" WEREN's smile was venomous. "A sentient quantum intelligence designed to enforce perfect harmony. The Nexus was just a shadow of its power. Your little stunt in the arena destabilized its containment, and now it's reaching out, searching for a new host." His eyes flicked to Silvara, or hosts. Silvara's glow flared, her voice sharp. "You're trying to control it, to bring back the old system." "Not bring back," WEREN said. "Perfect. The heart will purge the chaos you've unleashed, starting with you." He raised his band, and the chamber shook as the crystalline structure pulsed violently. Tendrils of light shot out, probing the air, drawn to Kale and Silvara. Kale grabbed Silvara's hand, their glows merging into a radiant shield. The tendrils recoiled, but the heart's pulses grew stronger, its energy resonating with their biosignatures. "It's reacting to us," Kyle said, his sigil flooding with data. "It's not just tech, it's alive, and it's trying to bond." Lyrian's voice crackled through Snark's comm. "Kale, Silvara, the heart's rewriting the grid. If it fully activates, it could reset Elithar's entire network, erase everything we've built." Silvara's eyes locked with Kyle's, fierce and determined. "Then we rewrite it first, together." WEREN laughed. "You can't fight the heart. It's the will of Elithar." "Watch us," Kyle said. He pulled Silvara close, their lips meeting in a kiss that ignited the chamber. Their combined glow surged, a golden teal wave that slammed into the heart. The structure screamed, a sound both mechanical and alive, as their energy flooded its core. Kale's sigil burned, channeling their connection into the heart's matrix, rewriting its directives. WEREN's enforcers charged, but Snark unleashed a pulse shorting their armor. "Amateurs," the drone muttered, diving back to Kale's side. The heart's tendrils withdrew, its pulses stabilizing. Kyle felt its presence in his mind, not hostile now, but curious, adapting to their input. "It's listening," he said, breathless. "We're teaching it what compatibility really means." Silvara's glow pulsed in sync with his, not control, connection. WEREN roared, lunging for the heart's console, but Zorak and a team of unscored burst into the chamber, their unrated weapons trained on him. "Stand down," Zorak growled. "Your pure dream's over." As the heart's light softened, its energy spreading through Elithar's grid, Kyle and Silvara held each other, their glow illuminating the chamber. The city above began to hum with a new frequency, not of scores, but of shared potential. The heart, now a partner rather than a tyrant, was amplifying their vision of a free Elithar. But WEREN's final shout echoed as he was dragged away. "This isn't the end. The heart has siblings, others out there waiting." Kale's sigil pulsed, confirming fragments of data, other architect relics scattered across the galaxy. He looked at Silvara, her eyes alight with the same fire he felt. Guess we've got more systems to break, he said. She grinned, pressing a hand to her belly. Good. Our kid's going to need a universe worth growing up in. Snark spun, its lens gleaming. Probability of you two causing galactic chaos, 99.9%. I'm already exhausted. As they emerged from the archives, the city glowed under a star-filled sky, its people stepping into a future unburdened by numbers. Kyle and Silvara's story was far from over, just one thread in a tapestry of infinite connections, stretching across the stars, waiting to be woven. The starlight over Elithar's capital had faded into a deep indigo, the twin suns long gone, leaving only the faint pulse of the city's new energy grid to light the night. Kyle and Silvara stood at the edge of the Science Hub's observation deck, the crystalline dome reflecting their intertwined glow, his golden shimmer blending with her radiant teal. The heart of the architects, now tamed and integrated into Elithar's network, hummed softly below, its sentient core amplifying the planet's newfound freedom. But Kale's sigil circlet, nestled against his brow, buzzed with a persistent warning. The data fragments it fed him, hints of other architect relics scattered across the galaxy, gnawed at his thoughts. WEREN's parting words, venomous and certain, echoed in his mind. The heart has siblings. Silvara's hand rested on his arm, her silver eyes scanning his face. You're doing that staring thing again, she said, her voice a mix of teasing and worry. What's the sigil telling you now? Kyle exhaled, rubbing the back of his neck. It's picking up echoes, signals from beyond Elithar. The heart wasn't a one-off. There are others, maybe dormant, maybe not. And if WEREN's loyalists know about them, he trailed off, the weight of the unknown pressing down. Her grip tightened, her glow flaring briefly. Then we find them first. We've already rewritten one system. What's a few more? He managed a half smile, marveling at her fire. You make galaxy-sized problems sound like a Tuesday. Snark 7 zipped into view, its red lens glinting with what Kale was sure was sarcasm. Correction. Your combined talent for chaos makes galaxy-sized problems inevitable. Current probability of triggering an interstellar incident, 92.4%. Always the optimist, Kale muttered, but his attention shifted as Dr. Lyrian's voice crackled through a nearby comm panel. Kale, Silvara, we've got a situation, Lyrian said, her tone clipped. Meet me at the hub's deep scanner. Array! The anomalies are back, stronger this time. The deep scanner array was a cavernous chamber within the hub, its walls lined with holographic projectors that mapped the cosmos in real time. Lyrian stood at the central console, her pearlescent skin catching the glow of the star charts. Zorak was there too, his grey skin etched with new scars from the archive skirmish, his mismatched eyes scanning the data with a warrior's focus. The projection above them showed Elithar's system, but a new signal pulsed at its edge, a jagged, erratic spike that didn't match any known tech. It's not local, Lyrian said, zooming in on the signal's origin. This is coming from the WEREN expanse, a dead zone on the galaxy's rim. No one's charted it in centuries. The Nexus avoided it. Too unstable, they said. Kyle's sigil hummed, pulling up ancient Elitharian logs. Unstable's one word for it. The architects marked the expanse as a containment zone. Whatever's out there, they didn't want it spreading. Silvara's band sparked, its infinity symbol flickering as if in response. Another heart, she asked, her voice steady but edged with caution. Or something worse, Zorak growled. WEREN's pure Nexus goons have been too quiet. If they're chasing this signal, they're not sightseeing. Lyrian's fingers danced across the console, pulling up a grainy transmission intercepted from the expanse. A distorted voice, WEREN's, crackled through. The second core will rise, the Null and his emissary will fall. The message cut off, leaving only static. Kyle's jaw clenched. He's not wasting time. Silvara stepped closer to the projection, her glow casting soft light across the star map. The expanse is weeks away, even at max hyperspeed. If WEREN's already there, he's got a head start. We need to move now. Lyrian hesitated. The expanse is a graveyard, wrecked. Ships, quantum storms, rogue AI fragments. Our fastest cruiser might not make it through intact. Then we don't take a cruiser, Kyle said, his tech instincts kicking in. We take the Starlance, that prototype you showed me last week. Quantum shielded, built for deep space recon. It's our best shot. Zorak raised an eyebrow. You sure about this, Terran? That ship's barely tested. One wrong move and you're space dust. Kyle met Silvara's gaze, her silver eyes blazing with determination. We've faced worse odds, she said, and I'm not letting WEREN undo everything we've built. Hey everyone, loving this cosmic ride with Kale and Silvara? What do you think is waiting for them in the WEREN expanse? Another heart? Or something even wilder? Drop your theories in the comments, and if you're hooked, hit that like button and subscribe to join the journey. Let's keep exploring the stars together. Now, back to the action. The Starlance was a sleek, predatory ship, its hull a blend of Eleutherian crystal and Terran alloy, designed to slice through the chaos of uncharted space. As Kale and Silvara boarded, the crew, a mix of unscored techs, Eleutherian navigators, and Zorak's security team, snapped to attention. Snark hovered at Kale's shoulder, its lens scanning the ship's systems. Structural integrity, acceptable. Crew competence, questionable. Survival odds in the expanse, 68.2%. Keep the positivity coming, Kyle said, settling into the co-pilot's seat. Silvara took the helm, her hands moving with the grace of someone born to lead. The Starlance hummed to life, its quantum shield shimmering as it launched into hyperspace, the stars blurring into streaks of light. The journey to the expanse was tense, punctuated by intermittent signals from the rogue source. Kyle worked with the techs to stabilize the ship's scanners, his sigil feeding him real-time data. Silvara, meanwhile, coordinated with the navigators, her calm authority steadying the crew. But as they neared the expanse, the ship's systems began to flicker and a low, resonant hum filled the air. Not mechanical, but alive. We're close, Silvara said, her band sparking again. Whatever's out there, it's calling to us. Kyle's scanner lit up, pinpointing a massive structure adrift in the expanse, a jagged crystalline monolith, larger than the heart and pulsing with a darker, more chaotic energy. That's no archive, he said. It's a fortress. The Starlance shuddered as a quantum storm battered its shields. Alarms blared and Snark's voice cut through. Incoming vessels, pure Nexus signatures. They're armed and closing fast. Zorak appeared on the bridge, his weapons primed. WEREN's welcoming committee. Orders? Silvara's glow flared, her voice unwavering. We board the fortress. If WEREN wants this thing, we take it first. Kale nodded, his sigil buzzing with new data. An architect blueprint, incomplete, but clear enough to show the monolith's core. There's a central node, like the hearts. If we can reach it, we might control it or shut it down. The Starlance dodged enemy fire, weaving through the storm to dock with the monolith. Kale, Silvara, Zorak, and a small team disembarked into a labyrinth of glowing corridors, their walls alive with shifting patterns. The air thrummed with energy, and Kale's sigil burned, warning of a sentient presence far stronger than the hearts. It's awake, Silvara whispered, her band now flickering wildly. And it knows we're here. They moved quickly, guided by Kale's scanner, but the corridors seemed to shift, disorienting them. Snark's lens dimmed. Environmental manipulation detected. This place is toying with us. A low laugh echoed ahead. WEREN. You're too late, Null, he called, stepping into view with a cadre of enforcers. His modified band pulsed. With unnatural light, synced to the monolith's energy. The second core has chosen me. It sees the flaw in your chaos and demands order. Kale's eyes narrowed. You're not controlling this thing. It's using you. WEREN's smile was feral. We'll see. He raised his band, and the corridor pulsed, tendrils of dark energy lashing out. Kyle and Silvara dove for cover, their glows flaring to deflect the attack. Zorak's team returned fire, but the tendrils adapted, shrugging off their weapons. We need to reach the node, Kyle shouted, pulling Silvara forward, their hands locked, their combined energy pushing. Back the tendrils, the monolith's presence pressed against Kale's mind, probing, testing. It wasn't just sentient, it was hungry, seeking a purpose it had been denied for millennia. As they neared the core, a vast chamber opened before them, dominated by a pulsing crystal sphere, its surface roiling with light and shadow. WEREN stood at its base, his band now fused to the sphere, his body trembling as if caught in a trance. "The core will purge your anarchy," he rasped. "Elithar will kneel again." Silvara's glow surged, her voice cutting through the hum. "Not while we're here," she turned to Kale, her eyes fierce. "Together, always," he said. Their lips met, and the chamber erupted in light. Their golden teal radiance flooded the sphere, overwhelming its dark pulses. Kale's sigil burned, channeling their connection into the core's matrix, rewriting its directives, not to control, but to amplify, to connect. The monolith shook, its energy stabilizing as it accepted their input. WEREN screamed, collapsing. As his band shattered, the enforcers faltered, their weapons dropping as the core's influence faded. Zorak's team moved in, securing them. Snark hovered over WEREN, its lens smug. Compatibility with reality, 0%. Better luck next life. The core's light softened, its presence no longer hostile. Kyle felt it in his mind, curious, grateful, ready to serve a new purpose. "It's part of the grid now," he said, breathless. "Linked to Elithar, but free." Silvara's hand rested on her belly, her glow steady. "We're building something bigger than us, a network of hearts, not chains." But as they prepared to leave, Kale's sigil pinged with a new signal, faint but unmistakable, from another corner of the galaxy. Another architect relic stirring. He looked at Silvara, her silver eyes mirroring his resolve. "Round 2?" he asked. She grinned, pulling him close. "Let's break the universe, one core at a time." The starlance cut through the void, its quantum shields shimmering as it left the Orin expanse behind, the monolith's dark glow fading into the distance. Inside the ship, the air was thick with the afterglow of victory and the weight of what lay ahead. Kale leaned over a holographic console on the bridge, his sigil circlet pulsing as it processed the faint signal they'd intercepted from another architect relic, this one buried in the uncharted Veil Nebula. The data was fragmented, but its urgency was clear. Something ancient was stirring, and it wasn't waiting for an invitation. Silvara stood beside him, her teal radiance subdued but steady, her hand brushing her belly where their child grew, a silent reminder of what they were fighting for. "Another one," she said, her silver eyes fixed on the star chart. "How many of these things did the architects leave behind?" Kale's fingers danced across the console, pulling up what little the sigil could decode. "Enough to keep us busy. This signal's different from the heart and the second core. It's sharper, like it's calling for something specific." He glanced at her, his golden glow catching the light. "Or someone." Snark 7 hovered. Nearby, its red lens scanning the data with a skeptical hum. Probability of this being a trap, 94.6%. Recommendation, ignore it and take a vacation, preferably somewhere without sentient death machine. Zorak, leaning against a bulkhead, snorted. Vacation's not in the Terran's vocabulary. He's got a knack for diving headfirst into trouble. Silvara's lips curved, but her expression stayed focused. "We can't ignore it. If WEREN's pure Nexus fanatics are chasing these relics, they'll weaponize whatever they find. We barely stopped the second core. Next time, we might not be so lucky." Kyle nodded, his mind racing through the sigil's data. The Veil Nebula was a cosmic no-man's land, a swirling mass of gas and radiation that scrambled sensors and swallowed ships whole. Even the Starlance, with its cutting-edge tech, would be pushed to its limits. But the signal's urgency gnawed at him, a pull he couldn't shake. "We need to go in prepared," he said. "Lyrian, what can the hub spare? Weapons, drones, anything to give us an edge." Lyrian's voice crackled over the comm from Elithar. "I'm sending a care package, quantum disruptors, adaptive drones, and a prototype shield amplifier." "But Kyle, the nebula's a nightmare. Its radiation could fry your systems, even with the Starlance's shields. And if the relic's active, it might not be as cooperative as the last one." "Cooperative's a stretch," Kyle muttered, remembering the second core's hunger. Send the gear, we'll make it work. As the Starlance plotted its course, the crew buzzed with quiet determination. The unscored techs fine-tuned the ship's systems, while Zorak's security team ran drills, their unrated weapons gleaming with makeshift upgrades. Silvara moved among them, her presence a steadying force, her diplomatic instincts weaving the diverse crew into a unit. Kyle watched her, marveling at how she balanced fire and grace, a leader born for moments like this, but alone in their quarters. Later, as the ship hummed through hyperspace, Silvara's composure wavered. She sat on the edge of their bunk, her band still stubbornly displaying its infinity symbol, sparking faintly. "What if we're not enough?" she said, her voice soft. "The heart, the core, now this. It's like the architects left, a puzzle we're not meant to solve." Kyle knelt before her, taking her hands. Their glows merged, gold and teal swirling in the dim light. "We've already solved the impossible," he said. "You were the untouchable emissary. I was the lost null, and we broke their whole system. Whatever's waiting in the nebula, we'll face it together." Her silver eyes searched his, a flicker of fear giving way to resolve. "You're infuriatingly optimistic, you know that?" "Part of my charm," he said, pulling her close. Their kiss was slow, grounding, a reminder of the connection that had rewritten worlds. Her glow pulsed, bathing the room in soft teal, and for a moment, the universe's weight felt lighter. The Veil Nebula loomed like a cosmic wound, its crimson, and violet clouds churning with electromagnetic storms. The Starlance shuddered as it entered, its shields flaring against waves of radiation. Kyle gripped the co-pilot's seat, his scanner struggling to lock onto the relic's signal through the interference. Silvara piloted with steady hands, navigating debris fields and sudden energy spikes with a precision that left the crew in awe. "There," Kyle said, pointing to a faint pulse on the scanner. "It's deep in the core, a structure bigger than the last one. Looks like a spire." Snark's lens flickered. "Structural analysis. 87% match to architect design, but with anomalous energy output. It's not just active, it's broadcasting. Broadcasting." "What?" Zorak asked, checking his disruptor. "Unknown," Snark said, "but it's loud, like it's shouting to the galaxy." As they approached, the spire came into view, a towering obsidian structure, its surface etched with glowing runes that pulsed in sync with the signal. Unlike the crystalline heart or the chaotic second core, this relic felt deliberate, its energy focused, almost purposeful. The Starlance docked at a jagged port, and Kale, Silvara, Zorak, and a strike team ventured inside, their adaptive drones humming at their flanks. The spire's interior was a maze of mirrored corridors, each reflecting their glows into infinite fractals. The air thrummed with a low, resonant pulse, like a heartbeat. Kale's sigil burned, feeding him warnings of sentient override protocols and neural integration risks. Silvara's band sparked wildly, its infinity symbol flickering, as if struggling to process the spire's energy. "This place is alive," she said, her voice echoing. "It's watching us." Kyle's scanner beeped, pinpointing the signal's source, a central chamber deep within the spire. But as they moved, the corridors shifted, walls sliding to block their path. Snark's drones scouted ahead, only to be swallowed by sudden energy surges. "Defensive systems online," Snark reported. "This thing doesn't want company." Zorak gripped his disruptor. "Then we make it regret waking up." They pressed on, Kyle and Silvara's glows flaring, to counter the spire's pulses. The chamber, when they reached it, was vast, dominated by a spiraling obsidian pillar that pulsed with liquid light. At its base stood a figure, WEREN, his body augmented with architect tech, his band now a grotesque fusion of crystal and metal, glowing with a sickly green. His eyes burned with unnatural intensity, as if the spire itself looked through him. "You're persistent, null," WEREN said, his voice layered with a mechanical hum. "But the spire of ascendance has chosen me. It will restore order, not just to Elithar, but to the galaxy." Kyle stepped forward, his sigil buzzing with data. "You're not in control. That thing's rewriting you." WEREN laughed, the sound jagged. Rewriting, it's elevating me. The architects built the spires to perfect existence, to eliminate chaos like you. He raised his band, and the pillar flared, tendrils of green energy lashing out. Silvara's glow surged, her hand locking with Kyle's. Their combined radiance formed a shield, deflecting the tendrils, but the spire's pulse grew stronger, its presence invading Kyle's mind. It wasn't just sentient, it was a collective, a network of architect minds fused into one, designed to enforce a singular vision of harmony. And it saw Kyle and Silvara's connection as a threat. "We need to reach the pillar," Kale shouted, his sigil feeding him a desperate plan. "If we can link with it, like we did with the core, we might redirect its purpose." Zorak's team engaged WEREN's enforcers, who emerged from the shadows with similar tech-augmented bands. The chamber erupted in chaos, disruptor blasts, clashing with energy tendrils. Snark darted through the fray, its drones disabling enemy weapons where it could. Kyle and Silvara pushed forward, their glows blazing as they neared the pillar. WEREN blocked their path, his augmented form unnaturally fast. "You'll never touch it," he snarled, his band unleashing a wave of green fire. Silvara countered with a pulse of teal light, staggering him, but the spire's energy surged through WEREN, healing his wounds. "We're not fighting him," Silvara said, her eyes fierce. "We're fighting the spire." Kyle nodded, his sigil burning with a blueprint of the pillar's core. "Then let's give it something to think about." They clasped hands, their lips meeting in a kiss that ignited the chamber. Their golden teal radiance flooded the pillar, overwhelming its green pulses. Kale's sigil channeled their connection into the spire's matrix, not to dominate, but to share, to show it a vision of compatibility rooted in freedom, not control. The spire screamed, a psychic wail that shook the chamber. WEREN collapsed, his band shattering as the spire's hold broke. The pillar's light shifted, green giving way to a soft, prismatic glow. Kyle felt its presence shift, less hostile, more curious, as if tasting their vision for the first time. "It's listening," Silvara whispered, her glow steady. "It's learning." But the victory was short-lived. The spire's pulse spiked, and Kyle's sigil flashed a new warning, another signal stronger from the galaxy's core. The spire wasn't alone, it was part of a network, and their actions had just pinged the others. Zorak dragged WEREN's unconscious form to the team, his eyes grim. "We've got a bigger problem now, don't we?" Kale looked at Silvara, her silver eyes blazing with the same fire he felt. "We woke the galaxy," he said. "Time to see what it's got to say." As the Starlands pulled away from the spire, its prismatic light fading into the nebulas. Chaos. The crew prepared for the next jump. The galaxy was vast, its secrets older than stars, and Kyle and Silvara's story was only beginning, a thread in a cosmic tapestry weaving toward an unknown horizon. Did Kyle and Silvara just rewrite the galaxy's rules, or have they awakened something even bigger? Their journey's far from over, with more architect relics calling from the stars, promising chaos and connection in equal measure. Craving, another epic sci-fi saga? Check out this next video. It's packed with interstellar adventure, daring heroes, and mysteries that'll keep you glued to the screen. Click now and dive deeper into the cosmos.